Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another edition of NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/NoDQCAW. Thanks as always for watching. We are coming off the post-Extreme Rules edition of Monday Night Raw, and now the road to WWE Payback is underway. Got a lot of questions here regarding Raw, so let's get right down to it. First one today comes from WWE Fan 5. Hey Aaron, what did you think of Raw? I loved it. The whole show from top to bottom was great in my opinion. I agree with you. I thought that overall Raw was very good. Definitely a thumbs up show. You had the build to Payback start. Ryback versus John Cena ambulance match is now established. You had a great six-man tag match, The Shield against Team Hell No and Kofi Kingston. WWE continues to push The Shield hard. You started a brand new storyline with Triple H. You introduced a new character, well, not completely new, but a repackaged character. You wrote off Brock Lesnar for the time being. So I thought that this week's Raw was very productive. They got a lot of stuff out there. I just thought it was a very good show, very solid show. And I'll talk more about Raw right now with some of these other topics. Next question from Joe Breeze 10. I'm glad to see Joe Hennig being used, and I like him being with Paul Heyman. That being said, what did you think of him as Curtis Axel and being paired with Paul Heyman? I got a lot of questions here regarding Joe Hennig's return. He's been repackaged now as Curtis Axel. I liked the segment. I thought it was really well done. I thought Paul Heyman was tremendous at putting over Joe Hennig as something special. And just the whole delivery from Heyman I thought was tremendous. I know some people were disappointed with the segment because they were expecting Rob Van Dam, but you know what? I mentioned RVD last week, and I said that it was unlikely he would be coming back. It just wouldn't make sense for him to be a heel with Paul Heyman. It wouldn't work, and I think this is better. I think it's better to use that third client spot for a up-and-coming superstar. I think that that's the best way to go and help establish somebody new. So I'm a fan of this. I thought it was well done. And, the crowd didn't react to it all that much, but we'll just have to wait and see how things play out. Joe Hennig he's being given the ball, and now he has to run with it, and he needs to win over the fans. So, we'll see what happens with him in the weeks to come. But, for the first segment, I thought it was very good. I like the music. I'm not crazy about the music because I think it should be more unique. It's basically just a remix of Mr. Perfect's theme. I think he might be better off with his own unique theme music, but I'm okay with that for now. And I like the name. It's kind of similar to Rocky Maivia taking the father's name and the grandfather's name and combining it. So I'm fine with that. It's certainly a lot better than Michael McGillicuddy. So that's a big step in the right direction. So so far so good, I think. Next question from Hawkeye24. Hey Aaron, was Triple H's health issue on Raw legit or part of a new storyline? Your thoughts? It was just part of the storyline. Basically, they're playing up this idea that Triple H suffered a concussion from Brock Lesnar, and then he got in the ring when he really shouldn't have, and it just got worse during that match with Curtis Axel. I think that it's a fine storyline to do. Some people said it was a really awkward ending to Raw, and I have seen a lot of criticism about the ending, but I thought it was okay. I think it's something different. It's something they haven't done in a long time. It kind of reminded me of the angle with Shawn Michaels from 1995 when Owen Hart gave him the Enziguri kick, and then Michaels passed out. It's something similar to that, but they haven't done this kind of angle in a very long time, so I thought Triple H was tremendous, too. I thought he was really good, and, they can use that to push Curtis Axel. He can come out on Raw next week and take credit for ending Triple H's career, and I'm sure Triple H will be back at some point. Maybe the two of them will have a proper match on pay-per-view. Who knows, but I like it as a way to help establish Curtis Axel and get some heel heat on him because he can go out there and brag about taking out Triple H and all that. So, I'm fine with the angle, and, I'm sure it'll lead to a tease that Triple H is going to be done, but he'll come back and have one more match. So, I'm fine with it. I thought it was something different. So, for that reason alone, I liked it. All right, this one comes from Warrior3889. Oh my God, Aaron. How much does Ryback need a manager to talk for him? He isn't bad, he's just so dull. Well, I've seen a lot of people criticize Ryback for his lack of mic skills and not being a very good talker. I actually thought that he did okay on Raw. I thought that his promo, I'm sure he memorized it and all and was just going out there and saying his lines that were scripted. But you know what? I thought his delivery was fine. I thought he did a good job with that promo, and he was standing up there. I think he's starting to show a little bit of improvement on the mic. I do think that he's getting better than he was. So I think with more practice and just doing it more, I think over time he'll get better. I mean, he really hasn't had much of a chance to talk all that much. And he's probably better off doing less talking. But on Raw, I thought he did all right. And yeah, he probably could benefit from a manager. But like I mentioned earlier, I think that it's best to pair Paul Heyman with a new superstar, somebody who can get the rub off of him. Ryback's already established, and Ryback's just, he's in the position he's in just because he's a freak of nature and he's a powerhouse. And, I think he's doing fine. And, I enjoyed the match with him and Cena at the pay-per-view. So, I mean, I think he's doing okay, all things considered. All right. Hey, Aaron, if I remembered correctly, you were not a big fan of Wade Barrett's music. Are you glad he has a new song, and what did you think of it? I thought it was okay, to be honest with you. I'm not really crazy after hearing it for the first time. I'm not really crazy about it. I think it's okay, but, I mean, it is better than the other music. I will say that, but, maybe it'll grow on me. Who knows? But, I mean, so far, I just thought it was okay. I mean, it's pretty clear by changing the music, WWE knows the old theme sucked. But yeah, I don't know if this one was all that much better. So it wouldn't surprise me if they change it again in a couple of months. But yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. Wade Barrett has never really had a good entrance song. And that's just my opinion. Maybe this one will catch on. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, this one comes from ClarkyBoy123. Do you see Big E Langston having a match against Dolph Ziggler in the future, possibly for the World Heavyweight Championship? Well, right now it's hard to speculate on the future of Dolph Ziggler because of the whole concussion situation. I think that if Dolph Ziggler comes back and stays World Champion, first off, he's going to continue the feud with Alberto Del Rio, and they might put him in there with Jack Swagger. They might end up doing that triple threat ladder match at some point, maybe SummerSlam. I mean, that's a rumor going out there. Down the line, if Dolph Ziggler continues to be pushed hard and stays World Champion, I could see it as a possibility, but I also think that Big E would have to get over more of the fans. I don't really feel that he's gotten all that much over at this point. First thing, I would ditch the hair. I don't like the haircut he has. And I think he does have a lot of potential, but right now I'm not so sure. But I think it would take both guys being pushed hard and getting over. I mean, Dolph Ziggler's already over with the audience, but it's a matter of pushing him. And with Big E, he's being pushed, but it's a matter of him getting over. So I think if Big E gets over more and Dolph Ziggler gets pushed hard, we could see a match between the two of them at some point, and that could be a big feud and a breakout feud for Big E, because I think he would do really well in there with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler would sell all the big power moves, and it would have a lot of potential. So I mean, it's just a matter of Big E being able to reach that next level and become more credible in the eyes of the fans. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with him. Alright, that'll do it for this edition of NoDQ&A video. As I mentioned at the beginning, thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support from you guys. Make sure you check out all the other videos that I've been posting. I've been posting videos on a daily basis. Best finishers in wrestling history, greatest heel turns, worst heel turns, so on and so forth. Subscribe, youtube.com/NoDQ&AV. Every day I'm uploading a new video now. And we're almost at 30,000 subscribers. Very close. Just under 400 now. So if you guys could do me a huge favor, just post a link to this video on Facebook or Twitter. Tell a friend, anybody who watches wrestling, have them check out NoDQ&A video. And, I think we'll reach the goal of 30,000 by June 1st. And I really do appreciate all the support from you guys. You guys have been tremendous. And stay tuned to NoDQ.com for all the very latest in WWE and TNA. And don't forget, TNA Slammiversary, next pay-per-view coming up, June 2nd. You can check out the coverage at NoDQ.com. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time for more NoDQ&A video.